Hello everyone, this is Dr. Feng. Today I will introduce you to a very important idea about Fuxi's Bagua. Last episode, as I mentioned, there were three ancient leaders called three ancient emperors of China, which is Fuxi, Shennong, and Huangdi, which is a Yellow King. The first one, Fuxi, is a philosopher leader of Chinese cosmic view. The eight diagram is a base of Chinese view. They see everything is quantum because ancient times people already know the world is quantum based. So the Chinese use eight diagrams. It's more complicated than our computer. Another way we can see that our modern computer, the binary system, is derived from Fuxi's eight diagram because 400 years ago, at the age of Isaac Newton, there was a competitor of Newton called Leibniz, a great mathematician. One day, he read a book from Marco Polo, which is translated from China, about the eight diagrams of Chinese culture. Leibniz is learned a lot and had a brilliant idea to adopt this eight diagram and developed a mathematics called binary system. So they changed the eight diagram into binary diagram, then later becomes our modern day computer science. So today I will tell you about this important eight diagrams, why it's eight. I had to draw it for you because this is a complicated system. Okay, so the eighth diagram is based on yin yang because the two concepts are all rooted in this philosophy, which is a binary system and the trinity system. So it's a combination of binary system and trinity system. The whole universe has answered in this coding. The binary is called yin yang. That means everything has a hot side and a cold side. The male side and the woman side. So the red one is 1, that means it's hot. And the 2 or 0, right? This one is broken. This is a woman, man or woman. If in Chinese way or in the modern way, we can say this is in computer system, this represents 1, and the yin represents 0. Okay. So what it does is that it also incorporates the trinity system. That means it's not only one yin yang, it's 3 yin yang. Let's say 3 times the yin yang. 3 times yin yang. This is a system. The whole world is based on trinity. This is it's one note. Even like in these days, when we look at the human genome, the DNAs, the DNA coding is based on 3 codes. It's a genetic. So our human DNA is also based on this congenital eight diagram. Okay. So now we have one byte, the Asian byte. That means one code is 3 times. So this one will be 111. And this one will be the coldest. This is hottest. This is coldest. So this is heaven. 3 times equals heaven. And 3 times a 0 is called earth. Of course, they had a Chinese name, but this is Qian, this is Kuang, means heaven and earth. Okay, so now we have heaven and earth. Let's say the north. Let's say the south is hottest. Okay, let's say south. Let's draw a map. Okay, this is the origin of the whole universal system. There always a south fire, right? South. What the meaning, and also it's heaven. And the north is 0 of 0, 0. This is congenital eight diagram. Okay, for there's also a derived eight diagram, which we will talk about later. It's another science, another form. This is a innate coding of the universe. So this will be water, right? It's not water. Okay, of course, this is earth. Okay, earth. So now when we have this one, earth and heaven, Oh, it's heaven. The fire is derived from heaven, which fire is here. Excuse me. You know, the head and the earth comes water. What does this mean is that fire is heaven, but the middle part of heaven becomes cold. So this is fire. See, if in the computer program, this will be 101, right? And water is earth. The middle part of earth becomes heaven. So it's less cold, becomes water. So this will be 010. See? So this is a universal coding 000 111 101 010. So this is a binary trinity coding of a diagram. And the important thing is that it does not stop here, because the whole system, binary trinity, has another transformation. So that is the rectangular, the earth and the world, it turns around, right? So what is here? Fire and earth. This will the northeast side becomes, it's from, okay, so in another form, let's say the earth is the same like earth, because it translated from the earth, right? So it will be earth, by the top of the earth becomes heaven. A little different, right? This is the middle, turns around, becomes water. This is top, becomes water. So this will be called mountain, or called mountain. It's like a mountain. And the southeast side will be the other way, will be heaven becomes, the top becomes earth. This will be another coding called 对, which means happiness, and which means lake, a lake. It's a water becomes rain. So, and this one, the north southeast side is this one, is this way. It's heaven. The bottom becomes earth. So this is called wind. Wind. 巽卦. In Chinese, during the Xun. Okay. Wind. And the other side is turnaround, will be earth. The top part of earth, by the earth tree, by the bottom becomes heaven. That means lightning, or lightning. So we can see this is wind and light, wind and lightning. This is heaven and earth. Okay, so this is it. When we turn the other way, it becomes a Tai Chi system. Look at this one. So we can see, and the way Chinese see nowadays in our map, the north side is on the top, right? But in ancient days, you turn around, the north side is on the bottom. So that's why when we see Chinese a diagram, because south on the top, north on the bottom, this we have heaven, earth, fire, water, and wind, lightning, mountain, and lake. So this is this diagram is the basic coding. Of course, there's another way of Bagua. A diagram is the derived system of Bagua. So the two Bagua system, two A diagram system comes together, becomes coding everything. In our Earth, in Earth revolving, and simplified becomes a very basic, very machinery, unintelligent computer system. But there's another way. in our DNA system. Nowadays, in modern science and research, we can find that all our DNA is coded by this way, by 8 diagrams. So our organs, our cells, our mind, they are all coded by a universal system, which is Fuxi's 8 diagram system. So this is the root of Chinese culture and science. Of course, this is a very, very deep, confounded system that it resolves into like biology, cosmology, all types of science. An Eastern view of a holographic universe, holographic life system. So this is from thousands of years ago, and nowadays we come to a point of the science development that we come to quantum technology and biological science, genetic engineering. At this time, when we relook at this ancient wisdom, then we can know that the ancient ancestors, the ancient emperor Fuxi of China, is not a common man. They are extraterrestrial, they are cosmical wisdom.